Now, a new list of the world's 10 richest footballers has been released, and only 2 of them play in the Premier League. Figures compiled by Goal magazine suggest that Manchester United's Rio Ferdinand, well, he's on the list. He's 10th, worth £42 million. His teammate Wayne Rooney is the 7th richest footballer, with an estimated wealth of £50 million. Real Madrid's Cristiano Ronaldo has about £112 million or so, putting him in 3rd place. Coming in 2nd with £115 million is his rival, Barca's Lionel Messi. But guess who's number 1? Yeah, you know, it's David Beckham. He tops the list with a £175 million fortune. Last year alone, he earned about £20 million in endorsements and wages. Well, Andy Milligan is a business consultant and author of the book Branded Like Beckham, and good to have you in here, because the clue's in the title of your book, isn't it? It's not just for his footballing prowess that Mr. Beckham has topped that list. It's that brand that I mean, I use the word advisedly, he exploits so well. He looks after it, doesn't he?
He does, and it's based really around 3 things, and we should never forget that football is at the core of it, because it's no surprise that apart from Ronaldo, who's also on that list, he is the oldest player on that list by quite some mark. And that's a testament to his enduring dedication to play football at the top level he possibly can. He's now played for 4 of the 5 major European leagues and won just about every senior title he can. So, and that actually is core of his appeal, because he can't fake that, and people respect that. But the second thing he's done, like any good brand owner, is he's, in business jargon terms, sort of diversified pretty early on. So he's got into fragrances, got into fashion, got into entertainment. The marriage to Victoria also meant that he got front page and back page coverage. So he's been very good at extending that brand reach to make him a household name. Again, on that list of top 10. He's probably the only household name globally that your grandmother here and Lionel Messi's grandmother in Argentina would probably know.
Absolutely. How did he turn it around, though? I mean, thinking way back to the dark days for him of 1998, when he was sent off in that World Cup quarter-final against Argentina, and he was vilified. I mean, there were people hanging him in effigy the next season in the Premier League. What was the process then that he turned it round and became this global brand?
Well, there's 2 things. And first of all, I'll come back to that point. He is incredibly dedicated. So when that happened, the following season, you remember, Manchester United won the treble. And he was a core part of that. And he just, as I think Alex Ferguson said, he got down to his job and dedicated himself to turning people's opinions around, because he was a dedicated athlete. But also, he's extremely well advised, and he's very clearly very shrewd and at getting good advice. So everything from what deals he should do, the way he should get involved in certain aspects of promotions are all very well advised, and I think that's part of the thing that we don't give him enough credit for. He's smart. Victoria's smart, and the smartest thing that smart people do is take smart advice.
And what about, I mean, you mentioned he's still playing at the age of, what, 37 for Paris Saint-Germain. What is his post-football future looking like? Fairly good, one would suspect.
Yes, and I think, again, if you look back over his career, you can see that he's been very good at planning for the future, which is, again, what good, sensible businesses do. So back to that point I mentioned earlier about diversifying earlier on. I think going forward it's going to be around 3 things. Football will play its role. Probably there will be football merchandise, football academies, even after he hangs up his boots. He does want to buy a franchise in the Major League Soccer, he said, so we'll have some football. The fragrance and fashion business, of course, there's a lot of potential in that. He's grown up. And the third thing is this ambassadorial role that he's very good at. He was great for Britain in the Olympics, and as you know, China have just asked him to be the global ambassador for football. So here's a man who's built his brand in Europe, went out and conquered America, and now he's looking to the east, and China want to use him as well. So a great British export that's building a global brand.
Absolutely, a great British export. Was it a sign of how cleverly he's advised, that deal he did with Paris Saint-Germain, donating his salary to charity? We know they've got high tax rates in France anyway, but I mean, it just looks so magnanimous, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's a combination of what he naturally wants to do and good, sensible advice too, because if you look back over his career, he's tended to make the right choices. He's very respectful, which is why people like him around the world. I heard somebody just recently just say, good thing about Beckham, he's good at what he does, and he does good things. So I think it's a natural choice. He does have this ability to kind of capture the zeitgeist, if again, if you can use that sort of jargon word, and just make the right choices. So it wasn't just his salary he donated. As you know, he's waived all his image rights. For 5 months, he will not get paid anything from Paris Saint-Germain. So it'll be interesting to see next year where he features on the rich list, given that he won't have made any money for 5 months of this year.
Maybe worth it. Andy Milligan, thank you very much indeed. Very interesting. The author of Brand It Like Beckham. Well, that was a business story. We've got all the business news now then with Joel Hill.